What's up everyone, welcome back to Average Ed's Tech Channel. Hope you're having a great day. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Today's video are going to be some great steps on helping to reduce or eliminate buffering. Buffering is one of the biggest issues with IPTV streaming or with streaming in general. So I feel these are some great steps you should follow in helping to reduce or eliminate your buffering. The first step is called Wi-Fi speed. As many of you know, internet connections are the biggest problem when it comes to buffering, and I wanted to give you guys a quick tip on how to find out your exact or current internet connection speed to help you figure out if the speed is the biggest problem or not. Many of us just go by believing whatever our internet service provider says, and that normally isn't the issue. When you check your current internet connection, it's nowhere near what your internet service provider says, due to the fact that there are so many factors that come into play, and that ends up reducing your internet connection. A quick tip to find your Wi-Fi speed is to go on a website called fast.com. You can go on your mobile device if you like, or on your browser depending on what device you are using. If you are using an Android box, you just go to your browser, type in http://fast.com, and then it would give you a quick glimpse of what your current internet connection speed is. Right now I'm on my Firestick 4K, so I'll be showing you guys with the Firestick how to go about getting your current internet connection speed. What you want to do first, go all the way up and scroll left to the magnifying glass. You want to click or look for an application called Silk. I'll leave the name of this application on the top right hand corner. Once you have found it, press OK. And press OK one more time to download and install. Once it has been installed, you want to open it. Once you are inside your Silk browser, you're going to want to go to the magnifying bar where you can enter a URL. And like I mentioned a couple seconds ago, it is http://fast.com. I'll be leaving this URL on the top right hand corner as well as the description below. Once you have it written just like I have, press go and it will take you directly to the fast.com website. Here you would give it a couple seconds for it to run its test and give you an accurate internet connection speed. Once the couple seconds have passed, you will get the number freezing and giving you the real-time internet connection speed of your internet service provider. Here you can start narrowing down what the issue could be that is causing all of the buffering, and that is just one of the ways to help eliminate or reduce buffering. The second tip is device. Another big issue is those of you running an older device and still wanting the peak performance out of your device. As many of you know, not all of us can afford the top of the line boxes like an Nvidia Shield, so you gotta have to make do with what you got or your budget. One of the simplest things I suggest you do when looking for a specific device for your streaming is look for at least 2 gigabytes of RAM and up, and if possible, a Ethernet connection. Ethernet connections give you the most direct connection to your modem or router and gives you the best possibility of a higher internet connection. With Wi-Fi, there are so many factors that could reduce your internet connection, so you want to give your chances of having a better internet connection as best as possible. Like I said, I'm running a Firestick 4K, and this is what I would consider the best bang for your buck. It is very quick. The Wi-Fi speeds are very good considering it is a small device. And I have a couple applications installed as well as an IPTV service, and I have no issues running them whatsoever. So please make sure you take into account if you have a very outdated box and you are unable to update it to the current software, or if the hardware of the device is very outdated, it might make more sense to save up some money and get something a little bit more current that'll help your odds of a better streaming experience. I'll be leaving a couple devices in the description below of my Amazon links, so you could get an idea of what is a great budget box, a very inexpensive box, which I would consider the Firestick, or the top of the line box, which is the Nvidia Shield. The third step is running maintenance. There are simple steps you could do to make sure your device is running at peak performance. One of the first ones I always suggest is resetting your modem. What that basically means, you unplug your modem from the wall outlet and give it 30 seconds to 1 minute to fully power down to make sure it is completely off and making sure it is running fresh. The second step is clearing cache. Many of you that are familiar with IPTV streaming services have always been told to clear cache. Some of you might know what that is, but for those of you that do not know what that is, I'll show you guys real fast here on my Amazon Firestick, but the same steps apply on any other streaming platform. What you want to do first is go all the way up and all the way right to the Settings tab. Press down, go to Applications, Manage Applications, and then you want to look for your specific IPTV streaming app or any movie and TV show application of your choice. Here I selected StreamSaw for us just as an example for this video. And once you are inside the application, you want to go all the way down where you see the clear cache. The more frequently you use a specific application, the more cache gets left behind from unused files or packages, which after some time make the application run very sluggish. This could attribute to some of your buffering issues, so it's always great to constantly clear the cache of your application to make sure it is running with no issue. You also want to make sure that you're constantly deleting unused apps and clearing space, especially for those of you that do not have a lot of storage space. A perfect example is the Firestick 4K. As I mentioned, I only have a couple movie and TV show applications as well as a IPTV streaming app. That is plenty for this device. Many of you want to download more and more options, which I totally understand, but the more options you download, the more congested the device is going to be, which in return will give you higher probability of having freezing, crashing, or buffering issues. And as a summary, as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, Wi-Fi speeds are definitely one of the biggest issues when it comes to streaming. You want to make sure you're constantly checking your internet connection. You want to make sure your Wi-Fi speed is running great, and at least 25 megabytes and above is always the best internet speed to have for your streaming experience. Those of you with less of a 25 megabyte internet connection, whether it is because of your provider in your certain area or region, it is always great to look for a specific IPTV service that has low bandwidth channels. Those channels give you a better probability of having a better streaming experience for those of you with a slower than 25 megabyte internet connection. The second step we spoke about was devices. It's always great to check on your device and make sure it is updated on current software and hardware to make sure it's keeping up with the demand of these newer applications that require more memory, more speed, and more storage. The third was the weekly maintenance I had mentioned, where you constantly want to make sure on a weekly or bi-weekly basis you are resetting your modem to make sure it's running in tip-top shape. You also want to clear the cache of your constantly used application. You also want to delete any unused applications to make sure your device is not congested with a lot of unused software or applications. Expectations. Those of you out there have to please keep in mind IPTV services are still not 100%. There are many out there that are as close to 100% as you could possibly get, but for the price and what you are getting, you have to please be realistic in the sense that some channels might be down, some might encounter buffering, but for those of you following these steps, you should have the least chance of buffering or freezing when it comes to streaming on your device. That's going to wrap it up for today's video. If you found this video helpful in any way, please like, share, and subscribe. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care.